Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, the Frugal. I know I'm a little late with my upload this week. Please forgive me. MBA assignment always wins out over making YouTube videos. It's behind me now. I should have a few weeks where I can manage my studying, assignments and making videos a little better. So I should be a little bit more regular for the next few weeks before everything drops off again. Please just stay with me. Anyway, the reason for today's video. Now that we're in February, I thought it'd be a really good time for me to update you on my first low spend month of January. Disclaimer, it was tough. I want to share in the video today how I got on, where I succeeded, where I may have failed, what I enjoyed, what I didn't enjoy, why it was tough, and what I think I'm going to improve for the month of February and beyond. So if you want to hear more, please do stick around. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, let's go. So for a bit of background, my salary is always paid on the 24th of each month. So for my January salary, I was actually paid on the 24th of December 2019. And if I'm being completely honest, I was actually paid a little bit earlier than that. But in line with my budgeting life and managing my money, I did not release my salary to myself until the 24th of December. So just want you to know that. So because I was actually paid in December, I spent a lot of money on things that I needed to spend money on before the low spend challenge actually started. Now, I didn't cheat. I didn't start going shopping or doing anything like that. But it meant a lot of things like my gym membership had to be paid. So that £250 had to come out of my salary before January 1st started. So I spent a lot of money on stuff, a lot of like structural life things before the low spend challenge happened and actually throughout the month, because there were a few things I just needed to cover off to get my year started. Because my January salary fell in December, I ended up only saving 14% of my salary that month. The reason being, as I mentioned, I had to pay for things like my gym membership. I ended up doing some very last minute Christmas shopping and sending some money abroad for some of my very young cousins for Christmas. A couple of other things occurred that I hadn't anticipated and some mistakes that I made. For instance, usually for New Year's, I don't really go out. I like to just spend time with family or be at home. I'm not a big partier. This year, however, or I should say 2009, New Year 2019-20, I did end up going out for New Year. So a friend and I went down to Cheltenham, an area in the south of England, to have a night out. And that night out, including hotel and dinner and seeing a live band, ended up costing £234. Now, although I had a fun evening, it was not worth the money that I paid. It was a very last minute plan that did not pay off. It was not value for money. It would have been so much better if I'd just done what I was originally going to do, which was stay home. So that was money that I really did throw down the drain. As I say, I did have fun, but for the fun that I had was just not worth £234. So it's a mistake that I won't be doing again. And if I'd not spent that money, I would have saved more money this month. It wouldn't have been a massive amount more that I would have saved, but it would have been £234 more that I would have had. In addition to the New Year's Eve night out, I did also spend £200 on a flight to Vienna in Austria, which will be coming up in February. So I may have some travel budget videos coming out later. And I also spent £58 on a Eurostar ticket to Brussels. I have a residential school coming up with my MBA. I've chosen to do the residential school in Brussels as a way to have a really low cost holiday. Now, I did have some actual wins in January, and there were a few things that happened that I was really happy with. The first thing was I went to Smithfield Meat Market. It's a meat market that we have in London. It's quite a historic location, quite a historic market. I ended up buying 80 drumsticks for about £24. And I was so happy because now I have enough chicken in my freezer to last me about maybe 5 or 6 months. So I will not be buying any meat until May or June. And this is going to help with my eating meat one week, not eating meat the other. In January, I probably had 1.5 meat-free weeks. So I didn't quite make my 2 weeks out of the month where I wasn't eating any meat. But it's still progress. I'm hoping that in February I'm going to be better and I can have more discipline around that. Also because I want my drumsticks to last. And I actually just want to see how long they last. There's no reason for me to eat 80 drumsticks in 80 days. So I should definitely be able to eke those out for a good few months. Because I spent so much money for New Year, I ended up only spending £50 out of my entertainment budget in January. That represented about 3 social events, 2 of them where I actually spent some money, 1 which was free and I think I bought a non-alcoholic drink. So overall I actually came in under my entertainment budget and that was a win for me. I was really happy about that. Food budget wise, unfortunately I was just over budget. Instead of the 150 that I set myself, I did end up spending £151.87. So I do need a little bit more discipline, a little bit more planning because I wasn't doing 4 big shops in the month. I was still doing a few smaller shops which I could plan better. But actually I'm not too upset about the fact that I went over by £1.87. It's not bad. It wasn't the 200 that I would usually spend in a month. So we're making good progress there. Not too bad. A final thing that happened in January that I think is going to help me moving forward, it's going to help me increase my saving rate and just flatten out some of my spending, is that I actually ended up opening a second savings account. I've decided that I'm going to actually open up sinking funds, and I'll talk about sinking funds in a different video. So I'm going to have a number of savings accounts for the different things that I do. So at the moment I've separated my emergency fund from my other pot of savings, so my pot of savings for school and things like that. I am next going to open up a travel sinking fund. So in my low spend rules video, which I'll link up in the sky, I did say that I would be paying for holidays out of my salary and that I had to pay for it, even if I put it on a credit card, I had to pay it off within that month. And that's absolutely fine. But it's actually got me thinking that because I won't be traveling every month for the year, why don't I just save a bit of money every month towards travel so that I have a travel fund? And it will just again flatten out my spending and help me save more, so that I don't have these months where I save 40%, 14% this month, 40% next month. It will just kind of like average me out and give me more control over my like fixed costs. So I want to try that out. After I open up a third savings account, I'll probably open up a number of other sinking funds, depending on what I anticipate coming up over the year. I'll let you know how I get on with that and whether I think there's a benefit to it. I already think there's a benefit to it, to be honest, which is why I'm doing it. Anyway, guys, that's my update. The first month of my low spend challenge was, the first month of my low spend year was tough. But the only reason why it was tough is because it kind of fell just in that weird Christmas, New Year period where you always find yourself spending a lot of money. I know I made a how to have a frugal Christmas video, which I'll link down in the description, but you still get caught out as I've just proved. I will be planning a lot more and I won't be as spontaneous as I was with the New Year trip. I won't be doing anything like that again. That stung me and it was my own fault. So won't be repeating. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this update video. If you are doing a low spend, no buy year, please drop down in the comments and let me know how you're getting on. Where have you fallen down? Where have you succeeded? Let's keep ourselves going. Let's keep ourselves going and celebrate those wins. Anyway, I will be back with another video at the end of February and every month for the rest of the year. Until next time, thanks. Bye.